Tech Tuesday, and we continue along with the channel. Today, we are going to talk about Zapier. This is a program that I started using in my marketing operations just a few months ago, and have been pleasantly surprised how with a little bit of a learning curve, you can integrate it with many different apps and integrations for both social media marketing, email marketing, setting up your leads and having them go into folders, even having them go into Excel spreadsheets, and then setting up some automated ways to prepare reports on lead generation and some of the marketing advertising. So I wanted to talk a little bit about Zapier today on our Tech Tuesday. Don't forget, on Mondays, we talk about marketing metrics, and on Wednesdays, it's pay-per-click. But today, why Zapier? Well, it's a way to automate some of your marketing tasks, keep things organized. Overall, once you kind of set up your Zaps and kind of get your marketing workflow going, you can use it for your CRM, things like HubSpot. Also, you can use it for MailChimp if you're sending out emails. If you get new leads, you can have them go into either a spreadsheet or a Google Sheet and then have that import into your CRM program like MailChimp or whatever you're using. Also, a program like HubSpot, which I've used for the last few years now. Now, the level of difficulty for Zapier overall, it is a little bit of a steep learning curve at first. You know, I do recommend a lot of the videos on the Zapier website. They do have some great support if you're trying to learn how to troubleshoot some of your Zaps. And also, basically, they have a ticketing system that works very well. You can have an ongoing support ticket. They do respond very quickly. But again, when you're kind of learning how to use Zapier, a lot of times you kind of got to whiteboard what you're trying to do. Setting up the actual integrations doesn't take that long. Of course, you got to put in some passwords and use some things like that. But overall, getting Zapier up and running doesn't take that long. Just thinking out some of the use cases and doing a little bit of the troubleshooting initially can help determine how quickly you get up and running with Zapier. Here's an example of a new lead, and basically I have it set up as a trigger is set up from Facebook, capturing the new lead, and then the logic conditions in Zapier has it send an email to a Google email address. But as you can see, you know, they've got a very sophisticated logic system with Zapier. You can do if-then statements. You can do multiple forms of you can even have delays and time sequences. So if you wanted to wait 5 minutes or 1 day or things like that, I really like some of the different options for timing and also the delays on the logic. Definitely, you know, you kind of got Zapier is one of those programs where you can watch some videos, but really getting in there and kind of creating some Zaps, starting off with some basic Zaps just to see how the logic works and then kind of move from there. When you look at some of the different integrations with Zapier, I've been using it with Google Sheets. Also, it does work with webhooks, which helps you gather and capture some data, MailChimp, Slack, and Gmail. I haven't used Slack yet, but I have used Microsoft Teams as one of the integrations, and also works with Microsoft Outlook. It works pretty well with limited interruptions with a lot of the Microsoft products. It works very well with Google. And also had no issues with HubSpot and some of the other popular CRM software like MailChimp. So overall, I would say ease of use and getting it hooked up is definitely very low on the learning curve, but coming up with some of the troubleshooting, I've had some problems with like Facebook, Twitter a little bit, Trello, things like that. Typeform, it's worked very well for. Typeform is a lead generation tool. We'll probably talk about that. But basically, it sets up your forms on your website or your social media channels to answer questions. And then you can have those type forms get captured and then do tasks inside Zapier to schedule out either an email or collect the database information. You can do even things with Zapier like make all the data all caps or first letter is capitalized. So some of the different things like that are some of the ways you can use Zapier. Definitely helpful for your marketing operation and email operations if you want to set up things like that. So I do recommend Zapier. Again, a little bit new to this. I've probably only been using it a couple of months, but overall, I've used it with some Calendly, time tracking, project management a little bit with a program called Asana, and then social media mentions and keeping track of different hashtags and keywords with Zapier, having it go to a spreadsheet. So the benefits of using Zapier, highly recommend it on our Tech Tuesday. If you have a question, leave a comment about Zapier, but give it a try. They do have a trial basis, and then again, very good support with Zapier. Hopefully that helps on Tech Tuesday.